Every day, invisible forces shape our lives, not fate, not luck, but something much closer, much quieter. Habits. They decide whether we rise or fall, grow or remain stuck. Charles Duhigg's The Power of Habit uncovers the science of why we do what we do and how we can change. Tonight, at Loveline's Library, we journey into the hidden rhythms of human behavior. Let's begin. At the heart of this book is the habit loop: cue, routine, reward. Imagine a spark that lights a fuse, leading to an action, and finally a payoff. Whether it's brushing your teeth, reaching for coffee, or even destructive patterns, this loop controls more of your life than you realize. Understanding this cycle is the first step to rewriting it. Not all habits are equal. Some hold extraordinary power, keystone habits. These are small changes that ripple outward, transforming entire lives. Think of exercising regularly. It doesn't just improve health, it changes how you eat, sleep, and even how you work. Keystone habits don't just shift behavior, they shift identity. Habits aren't just personal. They exist within organizations, guiding how companies run. Charles Duhigg shows us how Starbucks trains employees not just with skills, but with habit loops that teach calmness under pressure. Successful businesses thrive not because of rigid rules, but because they engineer the right habits within their teams. Willpower, often thought of as a trait, is actually a habit. Like a muscle, it can be trained. Studies show that people who build willpower habits, such as sticking to small promises, grow stronger in facing challenges. Willpower is not about resisting temptation in the moment. It's about building habits that make self-control automatic. Habits also shape entire communities. From social movements to revolutions, habits of belief and behavior ripple outward until they transform societies. The civil rights movement, for instance, grew not only from ideals, but from the habits of friendship, commitment, and persistence embedded in everyday lives. How do we break the habits that bind us? Duhigg explains, you don't erase them, you replace them. Keep the same cue and reward, but swap the routine. For example, instead of smoking when stressed, take a walk. The brain still craves the relief, but the path changes. Habits never truly disappear, but they can be rewritten. In the brain, habits live deep within the basal ganglia, the region responsible for automatic behaviors. That's why once a habit forms, it's hard to forget. But the prefrontal cortex, our center of decision-making, can override old patterns with awareness and intention. Neuroscience teaches us this: habits are not destiny. They are designs waiting to be redrawn. When we learn to master habits, we don't just change what we do, we change who we are. The smoker becomes a runner. The procrastinator becomes a doer. Life bends in the direction of repeated choices. Transformation doesn't come in a single burst of will, but in small, steady steps. Day by day, loop by loop, life is rewritten. Habits are the invisible architecture of our lives. They can chain us to old versions of ourselves, or they can free us to build something extraordinary. The power of habit reminds us that change is possible, not overnight, but every morning, every choice, every loop we rewire. This has been Loveline's Library, where words meet soul and stories become mirrors. If this journey moved you, let the lesson echo: your habits write your destiny. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep turning pages, and keep turning lives.